This is the start of our video assignment. It is on marine reptiles throughout many different eras. I'm doing the mosasaur. Here are two diagrams drawn by us. We're not very artistic, as you can tell. So for their diet, they were carnivorous. They were mostly meat eaters. They had a wide variety of prey, including fish, sharks, squids, ammonites, and a bunch of other marine reptiles. Their size, they would range drastically. They were huge. The smallest one was about 10 feet, 3 meters. They could range up to be 12 to 15 meters, which is larger than 50 feet, about the size of a bus in length, for perspective. They weighed several large tons. They were massive, like huge eaters. They would eat everything. They had a very streamlined body for swimming. Their limbs evolved into flippers. As you can see, they had strong shark-like fins. They had some on their tails. You can see better illustrated here on this image, not done by me. They were covered in small scales that would help protect them against predators and other things that would harm them. They would also go along with the ocean current, and they would follow that to find prey and other ways to get to the food source. And they also had sharp crushing teeth that would help them get more prey and get more food. And they lived during the Cretaceous period around 60 to 140 million years ago.
So my section is talking about the pliosaurs, which are essentially the giant marine reptiles of the Jurassic that were essentially built like trucks with railroad spike teeth. They pretty much inhabited every single corner of the Jurassic oceans throughout all of that time period, with some of the largest ones like Kronosaurus reaching up to 11.5 meters in length and up to 15 tons in the higher estimates. Their overall body plan is having a very stocky body, short tail with a tail fluke, very long and thin fins, and a very, very long snoot with giant, thick, needle-shaped teeth. And
Ammonites were externally shelled cephalopods that lived from the early Denovian 407 million years ago to the end of the Cretaceous period 65.5 million years ago. Ammonites commonly occur in the fossil record and are one of the most diverse fossil groups in marine environments. For this reason, ammonites are commonly used in biostratigraphy to subdivide geological time zones. The ammonite mostly fed on plankton. However, their ecology is poorly understood due to the lack of preserved soft tissue. However, we were able to tell that they lived near the seafloor due to analysis of the isotopic composition of the ammonite's shell. And the Nautilus has been used to aid in research and reconstruction of ammonites, even though they are not closely related. Ammonites are more closely related to the cuttlefish and squids.
My marine animal was belemnites, and the belemnites were carnivores that ate small fish, crustaceans, and other small marine animals. They were squid-like cephalopods that existed from the Triassic to the Cretaceous period. They had a cone shape that was made by an internal skeleton, and they had 10 hook arms and a pair of fins. They used these hooks to stab and hold onto their prey. They could move at speeds up to 1.12 miles per hour. Belemnites ate small fish, crustaceans, and other small marine animals. They went extinct with the dinosaurs in the Cretaceous period. That's good.
Oh, hey. I didn't see you there. Today I want to talk about the Plesiosaurus, a very old, interesting, and altogether useless story about a creature that existed 200 million years ago in a place none of us will most likely visit. Following the punctuational principle of evolution, the only logical predecessor to the Plesiosaurus would be a Boeing 77. It's unclear if they provided in-flight refreshments or entertainment because they're all dead now, and peanuts didn't exist yet, but its sleek frame and cockpit-like skull would have been perfect for entrapping small fish. Like a lazy American, the Plesiosaurus would lie in wait for its food to come and then give chase with the surprising speed of its paddles and maneuverability of its neck. After catching their prey, they would again lie in wait for as long as it took. It's unclear how they managed to have such a good attention span, but it's more realistic once we realize that Instagram Reels would not work underwater. Its diet mostly consisted of clams and fish, but it also ate snails, which was great, since nobody likes them except for the odd professor or underwater sponge. Its Jurassic cousin, the Ichthyosaurus, who was not related to it in any way aside from being a dinosaur, which it wasn't, had an appearance similar to a dolphin from today. Though initially believed to have evolved to look that way to get into SeaWorld for free, its form had a greater function, to both pierce its prey and get extra reach to eat fish, dig into nests, and get inside shells of sea life, much like both dolphins and red lobster customers. Like these customers, their diet also consisted of both fish and cephalopods, but instead of solely relying on paddles to catch their prey like a pickleball player, it would swim and gain speed through a sideways back and forth movement called thuriform locomotion. This would help the creature save energy so it could focus on more important things, like having no thoughts, or getting eaten alive.